Welcome back. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Here we go again. Alright, you guys, I got my cards and we're going to talk ahead of time. We're going back into Tucson, Arizona. We're going to be doing a reading. This is a little bit different of a reading. We're going to be doing a reading on Nancy Guthrie, but it's really beyond Nancy Guthrie. It's going to be a reading to find out who the big dog is that is influencing this. So with that being said, if I get the Emperor, that card is going to represent the Clinton, the male Clinton. I don't want to say the full name because I don't want YouTube to be like, suppress the video. But that's going to be a Clinton, you know, Billy. We'll call him Billy Bob. Alright, so that's going to be Billy Bob. Now, I feel, honest to God, like there is a connection somehow to the Epstein files. I kept getting the Lover's card throughout all these readings, and it was in tandem, meaning often coming together, pulling the other card behind it would be children, which is horrifying. Horrifying. I couldn't quite figure it out because I knew Nancy would have nothing to do with the JE files. And then I got to thinking about all of it, and I'm like, all those reads and everything. So with that being said, we're going to jump into it. I'm going to give you my personal interpretation of the cards. And though I am amazing, excellent at reading tarot cards, I am not as good at asking the questions. So I'm going to hand it over on the next live to our private eyes who are going to be able to ask the questions. And then I'll pull the answers for them. But on this time, this is going to be my turn to pull the cards. Then I'll hand it over and it'll be your turn. All right, my lovelies. I want to say thank you for all the likes, subscriptions, watching it all the way to the end, sharing the video, all the wonderful support that you give this channel that is causing our channel to grow. And I appreciate you very, very much. Everything is my humble opinion, my interpretation of the cards, and you might have a completely different interpretation of the cards. That is absolutely fine, my lovelies. We're all here with our own opinion, and you don't need permission, nor do I, for our opinion, right? That's ours. And so with that, we can agree to disagree if you'd like, but I'll do my best to share what I see. Everything in the cards is just simply me telling you what these cards say. It does not present fact. In fact, for legal purposes, remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I am not a court of law. So here we go. Show me Nancy Guthrie's energy when it comes to this. So we have this 10 swords in the back. Something is a betraying energy. You don't get stabbed in the back 10 times and it be because somebody was your friend. Now remember, you guys, I've got this camera. I have this camera. I'm not a camera person, so I might be talking in the wrong direction half the time. That being said, we definitely have 10. So with 10 swords, I want to go ahead. We're going to get to our famous 1111 True Crime deck, which you can pick up at our shop right here at 1111dex.com, along with some wonderful raw cow's milk, organic artisan lotion, and maybe you'd like some organic soap. How about goat milk soap? Both of them are wonderful. A lot of decks also available. All right, here we go. There's that. Oh, keep going. It didn't quite pop out. It started to. There it is. So we have this manual touch print in my backyard. Can you see it? There it goes. Backyard. Manual in the backyard, and then phone. Guilt, blame, and shame, and fear, and toxic. And we'll leave the self-harm out. All right. So I'm asking about this betrayal. Somebody, we've got bare hands, all right? We have the backyard, which we do know the back door was wide open. They say that it was, forced open. We have communication. We have guilt and toxic. So we might be going to get some information here that tells us a little bit more about who this toxic. It says drugs, evil, poison, negative. We have guilt, shame, blame, and fear. We have communication, message, or device, and we have manual, touch, and prints. I want to get into the True Crime deck. I want to see what comes out here. Associated with this abduction of Nancy. Show me what we need to see with the abduction of Nancy. Hidden, and that's what I feel. I feel they've got her tucked away and she's probably fine. I know they're saying they got some mysterious ping. We'll see, right? We have this chameleon hiding, a chameleon hiding. What else do we need to see about the truth of the Nancy Guthrie abduction? Holy crap. The cards never lie. Never lie. We've got family. So we have family hiding the victim, according to the cards. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying that's what the cards are saying. We have family, hidden, and victim. Remember all this communication, right? Okay. Let's push these up here. We're going to get into the tarot too. And that's where we'll find out if we have the Emperor and so forth. All right, show me what else we need to know about this abduction of Nancy Guthrie. What are the secrets that no one knows? We have missing. And look, the letter. Now, we have power supply. So when I see this power supply, it's a wind turbine, which wind in the tarot represents communication, power supply of communication. We also got that with this, which could mean social media. Where's that little phone card? Communication. This could be social media getting the power supply going. This is the wind turbine. Wind is air. That is swords energy. And it can talk about a power supply of energy of communication. Communication of missing when family is hiding victim. I do know for a fact that some of the family members of the Guthries do read tarot and are into the tarot. So we have bare hands backyard, we have that toxic, we have this guilt and shame, and we have this phone, which I believe this represents the communication of someone that could be, is it depositions, right? Let's go ahead and get back into the tarot. Show me if this is a distraction. Is Nancy Guthrie's abduction actually a distraction? All aces are yes. The sun is yes. Judgment is yes. Hardcore no. There's quite a few hardcore no's. 5 of sword. 10 of sword means negative energy, unlikely. Show me what I need to see. Hangman. So there's something that we need to get a new perspective on when it comes to the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. It may not be an abduction. It may be planned. It may be a planned getaway. Maybe Nancy had no idea why she was leaving. Maybe she was like thinking that there was a, weirdo that was trying to get at the Guthrie family or something, and that she was being taken to a safe place. There's something that we need to, when it comes to the abduction, I'm doing air quotes with my pinky, there's something we need to reevaluate about this abduction. Show me what that new assessment is. Thank you, the Empress. So, we have the Empress. That could be seen as Savannah. Perhaps. If I get the Queen of Pentacles, that is going to represent ahead of time, I'm telling you now, Hillary Clinton. And if I get the Emperor, that will represent Bill Clinton. Show me who's the one that has orchestrated, look, not orchestrated, but the one that wanted this all to happen. King of Wands, somebody very powerful, somebody with a lot of power. Show me who the King of Wands works for. Nine of Cups. It was a wish come true by someone. So the king here, this King of Wands, is actually following a wish come true. A wish that somebody has. Thank you. A plan. So this is how, the reason that Nancy was taken, according to this, and there's something different. It's not really, the word abduction isn't correct because we got the Hanged Man. So we have this energy of Savannah, and there's this powerful king that's pushing her. This is power. He's talking to her saying, hey, my boss wants us to fulfill a wish and make a plan. Wheel of Fortune, because of something that happened in the past that's about to come back and repeat. This reminds me of depositions, but I'll leave it out for now. But this is the repetitive cycle, somebody revisiting the past. The Star, getting attention. So this very well could be the depositions. We have the attention on something that is being reviewed from the past. It's also Mercury retrograde, which makes sense. Who does this King of Wands answer to? And thank you. Damn! In this case, this is not a judge. This is justice. In this case, you could see this as the main chief, right? The president, in a sense. A president. A president. So this king answers to the court cards, right? To the court. So now we're talking, yeah. Show me who this is. Ace of Swords, yes, it is. It is President Energy. Aces are yes, and it's also the Ace of Swords is clarity. This in the tarot, Ace of Swords represents communication and correct communication. Words, swords. Aces are yes, and if you look, this person wears a crown. So does the guy with Justice, and so does the King of Wands. They're people that wear the crown. All right. And it's the wish. Does this have anything to do with the Epstein files? That's a plan in action, yes. So I explained that the plan right here is Two of Wands. This person has to make a choice between two. He's made a choice, but he hasn't taken action. But you can see he's looking at the world. He's making a decision about the world and how the world sees him. But this person, he's moved on up into action. He's waiting for that ship to come in, and he's taking the action. Three of Wands is not just the plan, but it's the plan of action. All right. Does this have anything to do with Bill Clinton, allegedly? Knight of Pentacles. This is saying that this is stuck energy. So there's a pinch, right? I'm asking about Bill Clinton, and it's saying this man is stuck. This is the only horse, is the Knight of Pentacles, that is stuck. He does not move. He's stuck where he is. And so this is a sense of a pinch point. With Clinton, there is a pinch point here. Could be his wish. Bottom of the deck, we have defense. So it's showing me I'm asking about Clinton, I'm getting defense, and that's exactly right. And evidence, yes, I'm right. Evidence, the evidentiary hearing, the deposition, the testimony, the tangible evidence, which can be words that are said in court, that is being presented. And it's about children and family, heightened emotions. All right. Let me understand. Does Savannah Guthrie's spouse, allegedly, according to the cards, have anything to do with the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie? We have a fight to the death. And we have protecting how far you've come. So it's telling me that he is willing to fight. And this is winning at all cost. This is winning at all costs. And this is protecting how far you've come. And we know he has built his career on being a politician as well as protecting the Clintons. Show me this Hanged Man. Why do I get that for abduction? Why is it not an abduction? Ace of Cups, self-love. This wasn't an abduction according to this, because this is telling me not an abduction. Use a different word. I'm asking if it's not abduction, what is it? I'm getting the correct Ace. You're being right. You're saying it right. This is the self-cup of love. This is protection of oneself. This is self-preservation. So Nancy, actually, according to this read, it was the relocation and self-preservation of Nancy in her mind. What was the real reason? Burdens. Because there were burdens on the table. There's a lot of burdens. 10 of Wands. That's the maximum amount you can carry. And he's struggling. He can't hold another wand. Was Nancy Guthrie relocated as a diversion to keep us away from paying attention to the testimony of the Clintons? Yes. Yes. And look at that. It was because they got too many burdens. They don't want the whole world watching. They're having to protect how far they've come. So, were Tommaso and Annie Guthrie allegedly involved in the shenanigans to relocate the mother? Yeah, they were paid out. There's the payout. The beggars, right, that are on their knees begging for money. This person's got the scale of justice, so they could have something to do with the justice system, which, you know, presidency does that. But anyway, and there's this payout. There's this payout. Was Tommaso on the front porch in a mask, messing with the camera? Knight of Cups. He's the one that made the offer. This is an offer. Knight of Cups. It's somebody that's acting in a way to save the day. And perhaps he felt like he was participating in a bigger plan for the bigger movement, whatever their beliefs are. We have contract. So we have a contract between two. And this is also a marriage. Hermit. Home, a contract at the home. could be on their house. Yes. All right, so their house is somehow part of this payment, if you will. High Priestess, and to keep their mouth shut. She don't say nothing. The regret of communication to someone they could not trust. Archangel Michael? Okay. I need to get into the personality of the person on the porch. Thank you. Can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. Tommaso's in a band, right? Everybody knows Tomato's in a band. Look at this. Vitality, innovation, potential growth, right? With the singer, resonance, moving hearts, harmony, emotion, performance. I think this is a dual card. It's showing me that the person on the porch is probably in a band, right? A singer in a band. There you go, Tommaso. But also, it's a performance that they're doing here to mislead us into thinking that there's an actual abduction. Show me if... Let me ask this. Is Nancy Guthrie still alive and with us and just in hiding? Okay. We have that the past is coming back up again, something being repetitive. Well, remember, when Savannah was little, according to a book, they used to play the kidnapping game and pretend to kidnap Annie and Savannah. Terry used to do that, Stauffer. And that's in the book, read by Savannah in her voice. So there's something repetitive here. Page of Swords. This is investigation. This is a detective. This could be the inquest itself, right? The depositions. Something coming up from the past. And that's what they're talking about, is the past of, do you remember back 24 years ago when you were on the plane with Jeffrey Epstein? That's what they're asking. The past. And this is the inquest. This is the detectives. And this is saying dig deeper. And we have this buried, hidden money tree too. There's a lot of secrets because this is the Seven of Pentacles. You have to plant this seed, you have to water it, you have to nurture it, you have to grow it. But the main thing is in the True Crime Tarot, this is staged. This is staged. This is set up. This is planted with the moon. And this has been a blood moon, which is going to prove to be very important. And today is our blood moon. It happened this morning. A lot of loyal dogs that are there for the Clintons, in my opinion. One more question, and then I'm going to hand it all over to you guys to ask the questions. Is the Guthrie family... Did the Guthrie family allegedly, I'm just asking questions, did the Guthrie family relocate Nancy Guthrie to satisfy the Clintons? I got the devil and imprisonment. Look at the naked people chained up there like Epstein Island, right? And imprisonment. With the tower. Shit's gonna hit the fan. Page of Pentacles. Somebody is gonna come up with evidence. This is everybody not on the same page. And there's that King of Pentacles, right? Has to do with work and wanting a new beginning. Has to do with a couple causing confusion because of the innocent life, right? The Nikki baby that are being trafficked, the Chariot. And people are celebrating because there's Hillary Clinton. Holding back, Four of Pentacles. The message about children. Pages are youth. Message about youth. Holding back, right? I said if we get the Queen, now you'll know. So Hillary Clinton, allegedly, according to the cards, is holding back information, messages about youth, because she's working together. This is the Three of Pentacles. It's the blueprint. It's the plan. These are the architects. This is the builder. They're talking over the plan to build something. King of Swords with swift action. This is the boss sending out the knight, right? The king sending out the knight to do the battle for him. This is swift action around the lovers. Queen of Swords right there. Look at this. Look at this. This is law. This is law taking swift action on the lovers. You could see that as J.E. and Maxwell. We have the truth speaker talking about a stinky offer made to somebody very powerful about children. Judgment on this whole thing because it leads to death. There's a lot. I'm looking forward. I'm sorry, y'all. I've got to look at this. There'll be a decision. Something gets cut out. There's going to be a victory for the world. Clinton is getting a lot of attention. Bill's going to get a lot of attention about his communication. He's going to say something, or he does say something. Something's coming. I'm just walking the deck, y'all. All right, I'm gonna let you guys have it. I've done my thing. I see what I need to see. I hope that it made sense to some of you. Sometimes I get zoned in on the reading and forget to explain it. I'm sorry. But for me, personally, I do feel that this was not an abduction. I feel this is a relocation. And I do feel that this was spurned, if you will, by a payoff for distraction away from political people. That's my humble opinion. All right, my lovelies, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hand it all over to you guys. So with that being said, give me about 5 minutes. We'll switch over and the private eyes get the floor today. Now, we often do open it up to everybody, but today we're going to keep it for the private eyes. They are amazing at asking questions, and if you're on replay or if you're in the live audience but you are not able to chat, you'll still be able to watch as the questions are posted, and I will pin them, and then you'll be able to see what the answers are. Maybe they'll ask your question. You just never know. Be a surprise. So with that, I'll come over to top side. I want to thank you so much. I do my very best every time I do a reading. This time I really got in the zone a little bit more than normal, so I may not have been explaining as I went. But that being said, it is definitely favoring that this is not an abduction. It does not look like this was an abduction. This looks to me like it's a betrayal, meaning that we were led to believe it was an abduction, and that is the betraying factor. That really it's a relocation. That hangman tells me when I said abduction, and that was one of the 3 words I said, there was something wrong with that. We had to get a new perspective that it wasn't an abduction. If it's not an abduction, then what is it? She didn't leave on her own. Took 41 minutes to leave. There was no struggle inside or outside. None of the blood had any footprints in it, as if somebody did it and walked their way out the door. They didn't even search for Nancy, really. They didn't even call it a crime scene. After day 2, they released it. Something's wrong. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for the likes, the subscribers, and all that you do to support the channel. I greatly do appreciate that. And I love you always and forever, to the moon and back. And I will see you again very soon. It should be about, maybe it's 3:33. Give me about 5 minutes. 3:33. It's important. This is coming out. And I think you guys are going to blow my mind with your questions. So I'm very excited. I'll see you in just a jiff.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I'm here to stay. Destiny will overcome. No, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix in the night, my soul will rise. From the darkness to the light, I feel alive. I'm a fire, burning bright, I'll never die. Like a phoenix.